Welcome to another Pokebattler video. In this video, we are going to teach you how to DUO TERRAKION. We'll start with an analysis of an amazing video of trainers duoing Terrakion with some level 25 Mewtwo, and then teach you how to use Pokebattler and its advice tool to optimize your Terrakion counters so you can duo Mewtwo yourself. People were questioning whether Pokebattler's analysis that level 25 Mewtwo could beat Terrakion after we posted this screenshot on our social channels. Looking at the estimated result, the simulator shows that two trainers can duo Terrakion with perfect level 25 Mewtwo with Psystrike. So, last night, Slandro, that Pokebattler founder, posted a very short notice contest on Twitter to get video evidence of a duo beating Terrakion using only level 25 Mewtwo and prove the simulator correct. And lo and behold, two trainers won just 1 hour after posting. The winners duo Terrakion with a best friend boost and no weather boost. The trainers' names are SnipedBrah and SkiIlzBrah. We'll check out their amazing video, and then an explanation on the end will show you how to use the advice tool to save huge amounts of stardust and rare candies so you can duo Mewtwo yourself. As you can see, they use the empty raid party trick to join the raid a bit faster. This means you try and join with an empty raid party, and then when it errors out, you time your join with the real party to get a couple extra precious seconds. Now, lucky for them, this Terrakion has close combat as its move, which is the easiest moveset to beat, as you'll only need one relobby. Now, the first player only has 5 Mewtwo, so the two players will not relobby at the same time. Which is a good thing, because when you relobby at the same time, then the boss gains more health back. So that's definitely a good thing that they're going to relobby at different times. As you can see, after the first feint, they both save up to launch 2 Psystrikes in a row, which overflows boss energy, making it so Terrakion has to waste some energy. They do this consistently throughout the battle. Now, they are not using perfect Mewtwo's, so the Pokebattler estimate would actually read higher than 2.0. Now, to make things a little more higher paced, we're going to speed up the combat for a while, and then when we have more to say, we will slow it back down. Looks like they're right at half health now at 164 seconds. However, they still need to re-lobby, which can take about 15 seconds. So really, they have 149 seconds, which is less than half and cutting it close. So the first trainer here, he left. He had low health, so he left a little bit early, I'm guessing because he was expecting not to be able to get another Psystrike off. The first trainer has a second group of level 25, so quitting early and then rejoining in 10 seconds, he really added himself some extra time. Since he has a second group of level 25 Mewtwo, he can just switch over to another battle party and not spend a bunch of time using max revives. Player 2 dies just after using Psystrike. Huge lag and bug shows down his rejoin. Now, we don't recommend quitting early, by the way. It's fine, it's not usually worth the time loss, as Confusion is a powerful move that does good DPS. He's back at 70 seconds with a second group. Some players with good phones can do a relobby in just 14 seconds, including mass revives. In this situation, we would recommend only max reviving 3 Mewtwo, as additional revives would be a waste of time. Getting down to the end here. And bam! They've got confetti at 11 seconds. So they win. Great job, trainers. Now, we're going to do something different here. Now we're going to show you how to use the advice tool to find what Pokemon to power up and how to efficiently spend Stardust to duo Mewtwo yourself. Here is Pokebattler founder Salandro's own Pokebox. He added 4 Mewtwo, 2 perfect, and 2 with the worst possible IVs, each set with Psychic and Psystrike to his existing Pokebox. It turns out that the worst level 33 Mewtwo is still better than the next best counter, Metagross. By the way, Psystrike was an exclusive move in October, but it can be TM'd now. But Psystrike is only a little bit worse, so don't worry. Now let's take a quick look at the Terrakion counters here we have on this page. Now we have no weather boost. See, extreme weather, that means no weather. And a best friend boost, which is exactly what our 2 trainers duoed here. So now these are not the ones that he added. Those are his actual real Mewtwo, so ignore those. Now if we actually look down and we see that actually they're at 15, 20, and then somewhere below 30 because they're that crappy currently. And the estimator's at 1.93, but that's including his good ones right now, or his like powered up ones. So we're gonna see what happens if you power up. We're gonna click here. We're gonna see how we can make those other Mewtwo in the top 4. And look what we have here. This pushes them all up. So we have 1,000 candy and 225,000 stardust to work with, which is customizable. You can change it to whatever you want, obviously. So now these 4 Mewtwo are at 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. But we don't necessarily want to spend that much, so let's change it to 68 candies. And then we're going to hit power up Pokemon. So 68 candy is enough to power up from level 20 to 30. We see that Psystrike Mewtwo are now 3 right here, Psystrike, and 4 Psystrike. And they are approximately tied for Metagross, I don't know how to say that, for 5. Looks like we can do this on the cheap. Now let's get candy back to 1,000. Now all our Mewtwo are back up there. We see that the numbers to beat are 1.75 to be better than the Psychic Mewtwo and 1.92 to be better than Metagross, right? We are trying to lower our number. So let's say we have 496 candy. And 450,000 stardust. That's a lot of stardust. Now we're gonna power up our Pokemon. That is just enough to power up 2 Mewtwo from 20 to 40. But we want to be as frugal as possible and save that stardust and rare candy. So let's click number 2 here. As we see here, so here we have the overall rating. And that makes it easiest to see where the breakpoints for damage and durability are in a single number. But today we're going to focus on the estimator. So we're going to change the y-axis to estimator. And look around. And we see on the graph here that power up number 14 is 1.88 and power up 22 is 1.73. See how the graph goes pretty flat after the 22 power ups? Because that's sort of a break point and only really gets significantly better after 39 power ups, which is... So let's scroll down the table and we see right there 14 power ups. The estimator is at 1.88 right there at the end. Cost 47,000 stardust right there and 42 candies. 22 power-ups, gonna scroll down, is right here 1.73 with 74 candy and 85,000 stardust. And then scroll all the way down to 39 here. That's 1.65 estimator with 215,000 stardust and 233 candy, which, oof, is that a lot? So let's click the 22. We're basically telling our Pokebox, yes, we're gonna power up that Mewtwo, 22 power-ups. And it's gonna double check because it wants to make sure you're not insane. We're gonna say yes! So we just saved 130,000 stardust and 159 candies. Now let's see what the worst IV Mewtwo you can catch looks like. And let's go back to number 3. He's 10, 10, 10. Worst IVs, right? So we're gonna look at number 16, and that estimator is 1.88. That costs, I'm gonna look here. We go down to number 16, and that's 56,000 stardust and 50 candies, and the estimator's at 1.88. We go down to 26 here. It's 109,000 stardust, 98 candy. The estimator's at 1.73. And then if you go all the way down to 39 here, it's 215,000 stardust, 233 candy, 1.67. And if we look at 40, that's 225,000, 248 candy, and 1.66 on the estimator. Now we'll click the 26 power-up so we can spend the candy and stardust on other Mewtwo. Success. So we just told it, Pokebattler, that we are powering that one up 26 times. So it's changing our Pokebox permanently for that. And now that's the perfect IV Psychic Mewtwo. Right here. See, 15, 15, 15. Okay. Now here we see a breakpoint at 22. See how it's like a dip right there? The estimator's at 1.89. So let's click 22 power-ups. Okay, so now let's look back here and we're gonna do our final one that we haven't done yet. And it looks like we have a nice break point at 26 right there. So we're gonna click 26. All right, and then we're gonna go back. And then we're gonna go back to our counters. We're gonna make sure we're at extreme, best friends. We're by our Pokebox. We have all our new guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the estimator's at 1.79. Remember, it was 1.93 before, so that is a great improvement. So, what did we spend? 74 times 2 plus 98 times 2 equals 344 candies, and 85 times 1,000 times 2 plus 109,000 times 2 equals 388 stardust. This is a big savings over just powering up the 2 Psy Strike to level 40. That's 450,000 stardust and 496 candies. I hope you enjoyed the mini contest and Pokebattler Advice tool tutorial. Get out there and have some fun.